up Anti-Network? This is Marco Harrington, author of Soul Ties. So make sure you pick up the book from Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
It took a little minute. It took a little minute to get this going. So before I even say it's episode 7, I gotta take accountability with my computer and me traveling. Because my brother Marco over there, like, if this brother don't bring his slow ass, ragged computer ass on to get this going. But again, without further ado, this is episode 7, I believe, of the Anti-Network with my brother and co-host, as always, in front of tennis, Dr. Comar. Twin Comark, however you want to call it, man. Just make sure you put the mark in there and put some respect on it. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. It is 7. I'm not gonna hold you to it. I'm not gonna hold anybody to it. We gotta get it out there, and we gotta say, disregard and say I'm sorry to episode. Was it 6?
6. Yep, 6.
6 didn't get us all the way to our hour. I think it was like hour and 15-minute mark or whatever. That's like that. They shortchanged us on that, but we're gonna fix it in due time. So we apologize to the audience, we apologize to our fans and things of that nature. So we just gonna get that out there and put that out there and apologize to everybody, even to our special guests, Q and Lotto. Apologize to y'all, but we're gonna get it fixed.
And that's a fact. And I want to double behind my brother, man. Being that we just start the Anti-Network, a lot of this stuff is really on the wing, man. We really just fixing as we going. So hopefully we don't have as many hiccups going to the future. For the ones who are subscribed, thanks. I think we had 20 subscribers now, so I can rock with that. I think we get damn near 1,000 views. I'm super grateful for that, just for starting out, to everybody who supported and who've been showing love, man. Thank you. But we definitely always going to try to be better in every episode. We definitely going to always try to progress, because that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. So right behind my brother, I want to double that. We apologize from the Anti-Network, and let's just get straight into it. So, Brother Marco, we have a few things that's that's going on. I think we had, in our meeting room, as we call the war room, we had a lot of discussion, especially when it comes to relationships and mental health. So from the topics, how we want to do this today, man? We want to start going through the marriage, or we want to go with Mama Bear? How we going to bring this in, man? How we going to bring it in?
You know what? To be honest, all of it still ties all into together. I mean, it ties in together. I mean, we can go. We can go mental health first. We can go mental health.
Mental health.
If we go mental health, because stability is always a great thing to have. In our society, we can go mental health because everybody is dealing with some type of mental health issue. Everybody, nobody can say that they're not dealing with any type of mental health in today's society, regardless if you're. I'm even say 6-year-olds. If you're a 6-year-old, all the way up until you're 96 years, everybody's dealing with some type of mental health issue.
No, that I agree, man. I agree. So to bring it in, the first issue that we discussed in the war room was a post that we ran across Instagram. So we'll give a shout out to Hazel Eyes. We got the post off, I'm gonna say, her page. You got to be careful these days with pronouns and stuff like that. But the post is pretty much breaking down 3 celebrities who they say went through a mental crisis at certain periods of their life. One was Tyrese, was online having a mental breakdown about his daughter being taken away from him at such a young age. The other one was Kanye West having a breakdown on TV when he was running for president, and they was calling him crazy. And the third one was Jada Pinkett Smith was telling Will Smith about the entanglement. Well, I don't know if it was live. I think she said on the post that
it was on her red table.
Okay, so it was live.
Red table talk. Yeah.
So it was live, and pretty much in all 3 scenarios, it was highlighted from this post that pretty much men, especially black men, does not have the same equal rights as women when it comes to exposing their feelings. It's taken upon, well, excuse me, I'm saying that wrong. It's looked at when it comes to us that we are supposed to be strong for the most part 24/7. Not to 100%, but majority of the collective who feel this way about men, about having strong masculinity. So it looks crazy when you have mental breakdown. It make you look weak. Probably gonna be considered feminine, or you too touch with your beta side. So that is one of the issues we have. So, brother Marco, from when you seen the post and these three gentlemen situation, what was your first thoughts related to mental health?
We call it gender stereotyping. So in the mental community, we gender type it as, everybody should have a role, and our role as men is, oh, we should be strong, we should always hold it in, not show our emotions, not show our feelings, and stand up, and that's the way as we grow, from a young age, we should that's the way we're pushed to be. We shouldn't be showing our feeling. Oh, get a man GI Joe when he gets, when he's younger. Get him toys that show that he shouldn't have bears or Barbie dolls and things of that nature. He should be able to show that he played football. When he hurts his knee, we don't always run to him. We say, "Oh, get up, throw some dirt on it." Don't coddle him, and that's the way that it showed. And so when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's that gender stereotype things we go through. And I looked at it, I was like, well, Tyrese Gibson and Kanye West, these are everything that everybody showed. And females look at it, if you say, oh, well, he's crying too much, everybody be like, oh, don't be a bitch. And I think that's the problem in society. We're not able to show our softer side in society, and we hold that in. And then when we do, we're frowned upon. And I think we should turn away from that. I think we should, as growing up as men, young men, kids, boys, I think me and you as a fathers, and everybody else as fathers, white, you know black, whatever gender, I mean not gender, but race you are, you should be able to teach your young man to show emotions. You should be able to say, hey, when you fall, let me come give you a hug. It's okay to show your emotions. You should be able to express your emotions because of the fact you do have different type of emotions, because once you get older, you're not able to express those um in a way to show people that you're hurting. Because then when you do get older, people say, what's wrong with you? Why are you
Right.
acting this way? But you're supposed to act this way. You have feelings. Everybody have the same type of emotions. And then when we get older, we have to see psychiatrists and psychologists, and they be like, well, what happened to you when you were younger? Well, my mom and my dad didn't treat me this way. My mom, and now my girlfriend say, well, I want you to hug me. Well, I wasn't told to hug nobody when I was younger. So I don't know how to express emotions. And a lot of females, want you to when you get older, but when you don't, you get frowned upon. That's what these guys are doing in these roles, and now they're becoming memes, and they're everybody laughing at them, pointing at them, and things of that nature, and we're making fun of them. But that's not what we should be doing. We should be, applauding these guys. Tyrese was really hurt, he was, and he was expressing that hurt, and the world should be like thankful for that, because as black men and white men, because I honestly believe, I would even say Johnny Depp, when he was going through his thing, we turned to alcoholism and things of that nature that we shouldn't to, because we can't express how we feel.
Do you think, based on, it's funny you name a few celebrities, and that's kind of leads to my next question. Do you think social media plays a big role in this? And I only say that because when you look at the comment section for a lot of these situations, it seemed like it's a war of what I'm gonna consider the pygmy. I know it's probably not the right word, but what I mean by the pygmy is like it's like we're having the war of the sexes of who cries the loudest in reference to certain situations. And when you read a lot of comments, the first thing I see, it goes right to what about a woman's cry? What about us in regards to our mental illness? And of course, you see women by the thousands post things in related to women mental health. So not to stretch it out, do you think social media plays a big part, especially for a celebrity in these situations when it comes to mental awareness? Excuse me, mental health.
I wouldn't say that social media plays a big part of it, but I do believe that um, I think it showed a lot because people turn to social media. I think I think it was always that way, even before social media. Because if you look at the statistics, I believe that men don't even seek um, therapy a lot more than women. And I believe I don't remember her name. I think it's Taylor something. I'll get back to it later. Her name is Taylor, but she's a comedian. She actually said it that I think 75% of women seek mental health more than men because we're afraid to show our emotions and show that we're trying to be okay with either crying or pushing the agenda that we want to be better and we want to do better with society and showing that we have emotions that aren't even hurt when we were younger. But social media wants to push this agenda that men shouldn't show their emotions because we are men. And I it's funny that somebody said the other day that you see that a lot of the things that are pertaining to women have to do with men, like mental health, men, no pause. It all starts with the word men. Like we don't have an agenda to push at all because everything that women go through has to do with men. Like
Mm.
we are the problem and not the other way around. And I'm not saying that to say anything about women, but it goes both ways. Women are a strong backbone to men, but also we also have to be able to take care of ourselves. But we also need a woman to say, "Hey, it's okay for you to show your emotions. It's also okay for you to go seek help." But it should also be okay for us as men to say, "Hey, brother, something's not right with you. Go seek help." And as me and you said, I think in another episode, we should also love one each other. It should be okay for me to say, "Hey, I love you." When we get off the phone, or brotherly love. It's I know we said in the military, "Man, love Thursday," but it should be okay for us to say that and be okay, and not somebody not say, "Oh, y'all are gay." No, it's okay. And
Mm.
I think that's the situation we go through. So I don't think it's social media. I think it's 50-50, social media and off of social media. I think it goes both ways.
I I only brought the situation with social media is because of the fact that when you see a lot of these guys get berated online, their realities change. To be honest, when Tyrese was online and he was talking about the 20K crying regards to his daughter, Tyrese don't even seem like the same man at all. Tyrese actually seems like he's cold. Like you can tell, like from that situation, especially how the media took them clips through the circus with him. And when you look at Tyrese nowadays from that day, when he got ridiculed so badly for crying online as a grown black man, I feel like that altered him. And he's not the only person in this, but that's just from my example. So that's why I feel the need to ask the question: does social media plays a role? Because I think it plays a huge role nowadays more than ever. I do agree that we as black men, or just men in general, we had opened the color spectrum. I had to go behind Brother Comar. Um, I do think that we tend to hide or hinder exposing our feelings. But I think it comes from the fact that men are taught by no means, I mean, by any means, to be strong under all conditions. So It can be from your own father, your grandfather. It could be from your own friends. If you see your friends at the gym, example, lifting 250 pounds, and you know you only probably lift 200, he's probably going to talk that trash like, no, you're supposed to be doing this because that's what men do. Now, it could come off just with some light banter and, collaboration, that looks like competition, but the notion is men don't supposed to look weak. So it's hard to live in a reality when you have to automatically be presumed strong. Now, do all women think like this? Of course not. But when you look at things for the collective, when it comes to the internet, even in our own personal lives, we hear this a lot of the expectations of a man. So if we do relate men problems to women, which I agree, then we both need to share the responsibility to get this, understood and fixed. Because all I see now, majority on social media, is war to sexes. And at this point, it has not got us anywhere. It just sounds like a bunch of pygmies. So, for my end, I encourage men, and we said this last episode, for anybody who's out there who needs any type of, a ear, somebody they can talk to, we need to open up, man. We always say, man, drop them comments in in the description, man, below. Let us know what's going on. We're both veterans. We both linked to a lot of affiliations, a lot of affiliates that can get you the help you need, especially Brother Komar. Dr. Komar is definitely one of the guys you will want to reach out to really get the ball rolling. Me and this guy both been there. If y'all watched, was it episode 3, and you listen to this brother talk about what he been through, he personally put his own personal business that he didn't have to share with the world out there in a kind of a gruesome fashion. But if anybody who understand what he said, he's a person that been through it just like a lot of us did. So on that note, just reach out. If not us, please seek help. There's nothing wrong with getting help. There's nothing wrong with trying to be a better person, man or woman. So I definitely would like to close with that, at least from my end. Anything else with follow up you got on that?
No, I think you said it all, man. I think that's it in a nutshell, man. We all go through it all, women and female. I mean, women and female, male and female. You know, uh, it is what it is. But I do also think that once we do get to that standpoint, we shut down. We all
It's
shut
true.
down.
I do agree. I do agree. To follow up on this, with this new topic, is also something that I think it's funny. It was did in a comedic way, but it's a video that we ran across on a man who's pretty much stating that if he's taking you out, you know what to expect. It is no way around that. And from the whole video, I understand it was done for comedic value, but even from the comments and videos related to certain situations, I think it has a lot of reality in it. I think a lot of us men, and I'm not saying some ain't wrong if you feel like you did a lot to, I guess, get that woman's attention. A lot of men feel like you deserve some expectations. So, how do you feel that video transcribes to reality when it comes to men dealing with women in this way?
This the video about the dude taking the girl to the steakhouse, right?
That's a fact.
Get into tonight. About to go get something to eat.
Okay. Bro, good.
I was looking at your ass.
Ooh,
Chris, you ain't taking up my fucking roof, Chris, nigga. Hold on, y'all fucking. Nah, if y'all fucking, I might consider roof.
Yeah,
So when he was like, he was talking real raunchy over there.
This guy basically said, and this actually goes back to the cheesecake skit that everybody was going back to, that we all found out later on it was actual a skit, that she was like, "Oh, you taking me to the Cheesecake Factory?" This guy blatantly stated, he was like, I'm looking at it. She was like, "Man, I'm just gonna come out there and say it, man. If I'm taking the girl out to, this steakhouse, I want a girl that's just, I'm gonna say it's, I want to fuck."
Yeah.
He just put it. He put it out there. He just put it out there, and he was like, "I'm not finna." And she asked, "Are you broke? Is this your first time?" And hey, sometimes you gotta be upfront. Sometimes you just, you gotta let them know. And I'm not a rudely guy, and some chivalry's out the door sometimes. But all in all, maybe he was like, "Hey, I'm not finna waste my money. I'm already drunk. I already took some sips, and the things is, it is what it is. But since we're gonna do the Cheesecake Factory, and y'all want to put a hit on me, y'all want to put a hit on the guys, if we just stating the facts, if I'm gonna put my money out here on the line, I want something in return, and we just gonna put it out there. It's wrong in a lot of certain ways, you know, but he's straight to the point. If that is what you want, it is what you want. He putting it out there, he putting it out there. And if the girl didn't want to go, she didn't want to go. She, you know, she made her choice. She was like, you know, I'm just not going to go. And if she wanted to go and she continued to go down that path, you know, she made her choice too. And it is what it is. I hope no Me Too went into the video or anything like that. But there's the give and the take. The conversation is already there. The point is already there. He made it before they left. Everybody was already there, and he made the fact stay. Just like in the Cheesecake Factory. Before you go out on a date, if a conversation is made and you say, hey, this is my expectation on a date, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, then you're already in an agreement. And that's where you come into, as they're not older adults, they're kids.
For sure.
And
for
that's
sure.
that's one thing, you know, they're kids. And they, you know, as older adults, I'm gonna say you're old enough to say, hey, you know, this is what I want. As young kids, too, I guess, if you're older, 17, 18, 19, 20, you're still old enough to make that conversation and say, hey, my money is only enough to go this far. This is what I have. This is what I got. This is what I'm looking for. If you can't meet these expectations, let's go a different way. Let's go somewhere else, you know. And then you split ways. I understand that. And if not, I don't know what else to say. This is what the generation is going to, man. It's not all about the whole wine and dine. Let's go to a picnic. Let's meet here. Swipe left, swipe right. This is what it's all about nowadays. And that's all it's really all I got to say about
it. I'm glad you went into priorities or the dating arrangements before a date, because I was going to ask you about that, which I thought was very interesting. Nowadays, we don't see things being organized ahead of time. And that's the reason why I think this conversation was needed for the brothers. I tell all my homies all the time, anybody who know me personally know I tell them all the time, if you were a man who just looking to score, man, just say that. There are women out here who want to score just as bad as you. She probably ain't want to score what you probably say, but there's just a lot of women out here just like men who want to score. And I don't think men should be ashamed of that. I think we kind of leading with this rapper fairy tale when talking to women too highly. And they ain't just rappers. I think it's just come from a level of poverty where we all been stricken to at one point. Not all, but majority of us who kind of get this game. And I call it like broken home game. You don't gotta lie to get points. And I don't see why this is like the mystery nowadays. You can win telling the truth. People don't realize that, but to people who know me personally, know my lifestyle. I don't want to get too crazy about it. But Brother Marco know what I'm talking about. You don't have to lie. I repeat, you don't have to lie. You don't have to lie to really win at the end. Because it's just like this in my eyes. Say if you feel like you want to take a woman out and you want to score. If she's not willing to put the buns out, then go find somebody else. But don't have women in an expectation thinking you're going to have her eat, have her drink, and then you know what that means. That's kind of ignorant to me. And I think this is the part that I get on men about the most. That's corny. You don't have to go about it this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what signals you think you're receiving. If you thought you received some type of signal, that's cool. But if it ain't clearly come out her mouth and say, hey, let's go to my place. Hey, let's go to this hotel room. Hey, what are you doing later? Fellas, cut it out. Please. I gotta say it in Spanish, por favor. Like, it's just corny at this point, man. You shouldn't have to. I don't care what age you is. This is something that moms could teach their sons, aunties could teach their nephews, uncles could teach their cousins. It don't even matter. Like, man, I'm telling you, to stop wasting time from a man and woman perspective, all you have to do is just tell the truth. If you just want to knock something down, say it. Now, is she gonna go for it? Probably not. But at least at this point, you don't have to waste time, because what happens after that was also give men a bad rep collectively at 100%. When a lot of guys do these things like this, now we all ain't shit. And again, smart women, of course, know that all men don't run the same. But that narrative is getting pushed on all of us. It don't matter what the age is. At this point, if this all you want to do is hook up and go about your business, that's fine. Nobody ain't knocking that. But brother, man, just say it like that. Trust me, there's women. I promise you, there's women who want just the same thing. That's it, man. That's all I got for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Anything to close that book, because I think so far we kind of got that one wrapped up.
Yeah, because you got to think about it, man. A lot of girls, I don't say a lot of girls, but most girls are looking for that Hallmark movie. Take me on a date,
Preach, brother.
walk me to the house, hug me, kiss me, leave me, let's go on another date. They're looking for that perfect man. Even some of them, look, and I'm gonna take it to this extent. Some of them may even be willing to let you hit on the first night.
Facts.
They just, they might even be saying like, oh, well, I'm not ready. And they just want you to say, okay, well, I'm willing to wait. And boom, as soon as you say, okay, well, it's cool, maybe next time or whatever. And they might let you in that same night just because you said you were willing to wait.
That's a
And
fact.
you don't even know it. You don't even
That's a
know it. You
fact.
just gotta be, it's the chivalry that some girls want, just to let you know that, oh, well, he's a nice guy. And the things, but those guys who just like straight up and just say, I just want to fuck. I'm just here. Or even you have girls that have their own money. You want to be taken on a date and you reach for the check. They be like, oh, well, he's gonna pay. And some that don't even want you to pay. They be like, hey, let's go 50-50. It's those things
For
that people
sure.
don't even know nowadays. There's a lot of girls out here that are independent. Say girls, women, females, whatever y'all want to be called. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I get you. We get you, brother.
Right.
We get the doctor.
That,
We get the doctor. Oh, wait.
that
Pause. Hold up. I'm saying pause because my shit about to die and I can edit this part. Oh, okay, make that unplug. Okay. We good now. I have to make sure I made the deadline. Okay, that's 28:10. Okay, I can know how to edit. Now continue. I know how to need to edit that, so I don't let my brother cut off.
That girls that are females or whatever that actually have their own money, that are very independent, that can pay their own way and do their own things nowadays, that just want comfort in their life. And you can be that comfort. So with you just being a ruly ass man, ruly ass guy these days, they just be like, well, fuck it. Maybe they just want a guy who can just say, hey, let's take a date, let's go on a date, and let's just talk. And that's all they want. They don't give a shit if it's Cheesecake Factory or Ruthie's, whatever the fuck that guy was taking in, whatever, whatever.
Right.
They just want conversation and be like, hey, let's go our separate ways. And like you said, they might want to have sex that day, but you just ruined it because you just say, I want to fuck. That girl looked like she was like, are you being serious? She might have been like, oh, he's cute. In her mind, she probably was like, oh, I'll fuck him tonight. In her head.
Probably.
But you probably just ruined it because you was like, oh, I'm
That's
gonna
facts.
fuck tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of girls in their head think the same way that men do. You just don't know. It's just that simple, man. Just think about it before you open your dumbass mind, dumbass mouth, shit like that. Be educated sometimes.
Don't crucify him too hard, brother. We try to teach him a little bit, but hey, you see the brother beard, right? See all that gray? That's knowledge, man. Y'all might want to listen to that, man.
It is great, man. I'm just telling you, man, it is that way because I I've been on a lot of these dates. I hate this, I know me and my wife been together for a long time, but I had a lot of one night stands before we went there. So
when that brother, they used to call him Player Comark. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Before some of y'all time, that's when he was a
hey,
doctor.
Comark was my alter ego, so Marco is my real name. So a lot of people when they say Comark, they
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, man, that definitely something we're gonna have to visit in a different lineup. But let's get to our next subject that kind of still deals with relations, but this is actually from a mother. A mother is not putting up with these foolish women who think they're gonna make her son the food man.
Your daddy took you to, because you shouldn't be coming to him to be your daddy. That's not his role. It's a first date. I want y'all to bring that down to level 3. Y'all way on 10 with this foolishness and want to embarrass somebody. My second question is, have you ever been anywhere? Where do you take yourself?
And she says, well, the title says, Leakers TV, we're going to shout them out. Mother had enough of her son, girlfriend, using him for food. I don't know if that's a typo or not. A real lady is going to be there for the purpose of what it's for. Now, to get some basic inside of the video, which is going to be posted in the show, y'all going to see. So I don't got to say much. It's just a mother pretty much saying, listen, my son is not y'all Wendy's, KFC, Ruby Tuesday, Cheesecake Factory bill. Listen, how about meet him at the park? How about meet him somewhere where y'all going to spend just about as good enough money? So from when y'all see this video, y'all could get a better understanding of what she's saying from my mother's bear. Brother Comar, from when you see the video, as a father, you don't even got, of course you can't say it from a mother because you're a father. From a father's standpoint, how do you feel about this?
Wait, so I sent this to you, but my wife sent it to me.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So my wife wants to say, hey, she didn't want none of my kids or none of our kids being this way. And she said that she understands it because of the fact that our oldest son, she was like, I don't want him to be this way. These women need to understand that when you go out, it ain't just, oh, let me reach into his pocket. And I think Chris Brown said it the best when he was like, these women want to reach into your pocket or tax you for your wallet, which means, they trying to get you for your child support or just use your credit card every time they see you. Right. And as a father, I do understand that. You want a woman for comfort. Now, I'm going to say comfort as like, oh, I want to hug you, lay up underneath you, something like that. But you want to have her for the stress reliever, not to be stressful. You want to go out and hang out, chill, even make love, whatever the case may be. But can we just go out, like you said, go to the park, go to the movies, go out to eat, go grab some ice cream, we'll have a conversation. I might be having a bad day, came home from work, my boss is on my ass, giving to me the hard way. I might even had a bad conversation with my mama and want to call you and vent to you about it. That's what I want you there for. But not for you to call me and be like, hey, can we go out to eat? Oh, you paying for it. Hey, I'm going to drive over here. Hey, let's go to the movies. You paying for it. Every time I see you, my bank account is coming up $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, empty. Even you need some tired, things of that nature. This mother wants y'all to understand that it's, like we said, 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. We've had this conversation before.
Correct.
Y'all are not here for a male to always, now I say always because I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but always to tax you. We're not here to give you money every single time we see you, but for you to come here for us to be confidants. We need you here for us sometimes too. We're not always going to be here. We're not always going to have it. We have bad days sometimes too. And also, I want to say this. That's why men don't live as long as women because we are always stressed out behind money situations and be stressful times and things like that nature. And that's what she's saying. That's what she's saying in that video. Can you at least come over there just to hang out, kick it? Shit, me and my wife play video games together, and we have businesses and stuff like that going on. We're not around. We come home here, get the kids food to eat, sit down, chill out, put them in bed. Bam, we hit Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? 2K, mad. We play video games together. Y'all can do the same thing. That's what she's saying in that video.
So, from a father's perspective, when this conversation first came up, how do you think this relates to our sons, to the kids or the men who have to be in these situations with these certain type of women? Because we know we always got to put clarity on things. There's not 100% of all women who see men in this light. So, as a father, how would you approach this conversation? You know, with your son, if there was to happen, he come back home like, yo, I need some advice. Like, yo, shorty want to go to, you know, Billy's Steakhouse. That's like $100 steak and $15 to get in. You know, it's the first date. But he also telling you this is kind of like the program nowadays. Everywhere he go on the first date, women want to go to these exclusive restaurants. Like, what would be your words to him?
On the first date?
The first date. The first date.
First of all, I gotta ask him, like, where you meet her at? Like, what was the conversation when y'all first started talking?
I like that.
Like, what did y'all, like, what do y'all have in common? Like, what did y'all talk about? Like, where did you meet her at? Did you meet her on the streets? Did you meet her? I mean, it doesn't matter what son it is. Like, where did you meet her? Where did y'all have a conversation about? Like, is the conversation genuine? Are y'all talking about money? Like, how does she know that you can afford this type of place? That's the first conversation, because she don't even know what your bank account is about. I'll tell her, hey, why can't we go to somewhere cheaper first? You know, get to know each other. Can I take you on a picnic? Did she introduce you to this place, or did you introduce her to this place? That would be a good conversation to have. Because whatever happened to a small place just to get to know you? Why can't we just walk around, I don't know, whatever, a park or something, like, you know, close by? Can we meet up, you know, hang out and watch the sunset out? Is these things that people do anymore? You know, things of that nature. Because that's what we used to do when we were kids. You know, sit on the, you know, what's the electrical box outside.
Yes,
talk
sir.
about, you know what I'm saying? Talk about school. Talk about what's going on, you know, in the world. What happened to you at school? What happened to you at work? Whatever whatever that might be. Not just going out to, you know, like we said, Ruby's Tuesday, you know, Grand Lux, you know, whatever the expensive place is in your neighborhood or wherever your city, that type of place. And then if he say, well, she introduced it, I said, did you counteract it with somewhere else? Or, you know, did you tell her you was busy? Did you tell her, you know, what your bank account is? Did you tell her you were saving, you know, for something else? Did you tell her, you know, you didn't have this? You gotta explain this to her first, and then see what her introduction is. Like, what did she say? Right. Did she say no, she would rather eat there? And if she said that, then you gotta understand that her mind is just on your pockets. She's not looking for anything different, because she already introduced a fancy neighborhood. She's trying to see where you're going to go, like what you want to do, like can you afford this type of place? And then that's not the type of person you want to be with. If she say, oh yeah, you know what, I can do that, then that's the type of person you want to be with. Somebody who can, you know, meet you in the middle. You know, somebody who can compromise and say, yeah, that's where we can go. We can do that. And then that's where you go. You be like, hey, okay, all right, now she can compromise. Then you go there, you talk to her and see if that's the vibe you want. If not, then kick her to the curb. And, you know, whatever.
No, I don't want to piggyback everything you said, but I agree with a lot of things you said. It's nothing that I really didn't agree with. I think it's one thing I will add to the approach with dating, me personally, for men. My first rule of thumb, when you meet a woman, I don't regard if you meet them on a dating site, grocery store, the club, and I always suggest when y'all in the talking phase, before y'all go sit down, this the time you should get to know that person. And that should really kind of give you a good indication on what is this time worth for the first date. Now, me personally, even with that, I always tell men this, and ladies, don't crucify me, but I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I always tell men, take a woman to your favorite fast food restaurant, just as long as it's the safest one you can find. Because this is why I say this. If we're going on a date, I thought the goal was to get to know each other. You can go eat anywhere you want after if you ain't like where I like. We probably hit it off here and go find somewhere else better. But I always recommend men take it to your favorite fast food restaurant, because really this is going to eliminate a lot of problems for you and that woman. And women gonna say, well, how does it benefit me? It does, because for the woman who feel like you gotta go somewhere nice on the first date, and if he don't do it, that lets you know that's not the type of man you want. And for the man who feel like, hey, I don't think I gotta take you to the flyest restaurant, that's not the type of woman you want. Just period, plain, however you want to wrap it up. It's just that simple. So I instruct people. I know we're talking about men, but men and women, when you're in the talking phases, I always say talk, not text. Text always get misconstrued sometimes. Take 5 to 10 minutes to talk to a person and really kind of fill them out. That way, if for the women who feel like you gotta go to a restaurant where it's the bee's knees, at least a brother know if he want to get involved with that. And if he ain't with it, move on to a guy you think that is. But men should not be scrutinized for not going along with this, because honestly, I don't think it's that important. I don't think you have to go to the flyest restaurant on the first date to get to know a person, because me and Brother Komar talked about this in my conclusion when I say this. The first date is get to know you. We like you. Shit, we definitely at the steakhouse next time. But who want to go waste their time with somebody that they get to know in person again to get reacquainted in this first moment, and you really not it? What if you on the phone texting all day, or you sidetracked, or you try to all the extras that can make a day or a date bad? We could save a lot of time by getting this understood at the beginning. So, with that notion, I definitely don't want to hog up too much of the spotlight, because Brother Marco's a doctor, so we gotta keep the show rolling, man. Doctors got duties, man. Doctors got duties.
Nah,
So,
you good.
are we good? Okay, I was just making sure. Next time,
Yeah, you good. You good.
Yeah,
Nah,
he got
because you good. Because I want to interject this. Me and my wife, I came home from Iraq. We went to a bowling alley. I used to say this our first date when we first met up. We went to a bowling alley and we ate pizza. And like we didn't even really, I mean, we was friends first. And then I ain't even say it wasn't even going good. We were like just talking about our school days. Like literally just our school days. Just even just going back and forth. I want to say it was fun, but she made it fun because I was beating her in bowling, and I got ready to bowl, and she pushed me on the floor while I was getting ready to bowl. And you know what I'm
That's
saying,
crazy.
like that, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We just got to know each other just like just like that. Like that's where you get to know somebody, just like that. Take somebody to an arcade, like skating. A skating ring. Can they skate?
Can I interject on that? Because I was trying to be time efficient, but let's run it then. Why do you think that doing things of that nature nowadays is not really of the common nature as what we once practiced? Because again, I hate to relate everything to social media, but this is our gateway to everybody's lives from across the planet. But it seems like men are getting shunned for trying to be what we consider old school or old fashioned. These are the type of men who really have the most show. Chivalry. I don't want to mess the word up. These are the most men who have the best mannerisms. So why do you think this is not okay no more to go to a picnic or to go bowling or just to, go to that mountain peak and look at the view from your city and talk about life? Like, why does these things not appeal as far as being date quality or date capable quality?
I honestly think because people is trying to look for that billionaire, $100,000 a week, husband, that millionaire husband, that one who can potentially stop them from working, or get them that Prince Charming, that I don't know, that one who can just sweep them off their feet and they never have to work again. That one that they can, that arm candy, that eye candy, the one that, just the one, man, that one that they just can just be like, oh girl, or oh boy, he got everything. He driving a Ferrari, this Bentley, he doing everything. I don't have to do nothing. No, boy, I don't have to do nothing. He the one. I think that's where the one you can post about, the one you can brag about to your homeboy, your homegirl. There's just everything behind the showroom floor, so that you can get the 100,000 likes and be the new social media person without having to do anything. And I think that's the clap that we want without having to lift your finger. And I think that's the problem. And you miss out because if you look at that person, somebody else is looking for that same person to
You're
steal
going right
your
where I want to
to,
go. You're
to
going. You're
steal
talking
your
about where I want to
to
go.
steal
Thank
your
you.
number because of the fact, because once you have them, your friend want them, your friend want them, and they gonna try to sneak them right from underneath your pillow, and or your homeboy gonna want, whatever the case may be. They doing the same thing. It's just social media clap, bro, and it's just not the people who just don't want to take the time to elevate themselves.
I I I had to shout that out, man, because I'm thinking in my head as soon as you open that door, I said you just made another question or another conversation in relation to this. And I feel like we both know this, but to the world, especially to women who's looking for really the 10% of men, you do know that there's a long line for this type of man. This is where I believe what Kim and Savior says, high value man. And I think women are so, not all women, let me correct this. Some women have this illusion based off, if I deserve it, I should have it. And guess what? I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. But I always tell all my female friends, life is based on percentage and numbers. If a man makes 100, let's say a man make 100,000. Let's say he does 6 foot, drop dead gorgeous, pause, no funniness. What makes you think you're the one for him? It's clearly you feel like he's the one for you, but what makes you think you're the one for him? I don't think women ever think about this when it comes to, not all, of course, when it comes to looking for companionship. A man got a brain. And if a man knows he's the one, he's in the top 10% looks, wealth, connections, chivalry, millions of women want him across the world. And a man who knows this knows that if he was to settle down in a monogamous relationship, you have to be the bee's knees. I hate women keep making these excuses and feel like, remember we had the conversation between Rasputin and Beyonce. Now, of course, Beyonce didn't say this, but this is the example I gave of my brother. Women who are in the same boat as Rasputin are listening to Beyonce's and saying, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. All them dimples and rolls you got and that chip tooth for your crooked wig, man. If a man ain't happy with that, then he don't deserve you. But look who Rasputin's talking to. She's talking to Beyonce. Now, for the ones who can use a little bit of perspective, a little imagination, what do Beyonce got to change in her current form? You can look at the movie Norbit and look at Rasputin as she currently is. Of course, it's Eddie Murphy acting. And then look at Beyonce in her current position. What do Beyonce have to change? A lot of y'all are listening to Beyonce's women of that caliber are saying you don't got to make a change or adjustment to be a better person. And I hate to tell y'all this. This is what men know for sure. You have to. This ain't 1960s no more. We got to fight over one woman on the block. Social media can make us order. We can order a wife nowadays. Just like pretty sure you can order husbands for sure. But y'all looking for good quality. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But to get good quality, you have to be of good quality. Not just because your brain says so. The outside got to reflect the inside. It has to. So that's what I got on that. I can go a mile and a half, but that's all I got on that for sure, ladies. Come on now, we gotta use that nugget a little bit. Now y'all say y'all highly educated and less celebrated, but that common sense sometimes. Not all. But come on now, we gotta think about it. Okay, so last but not least, which is very probably the interesting story of this topic, is the video gonna go right here, so now y'all can see what we're talking about.
Got married, and your wife is so excited because you requested a singer, a famous singer, to come and serenade both of you guys, the bride and the groom. And you realize that your wife is holding the singer because that's her favorite singer. Imagine, as a husband, where all these folks are watching on your wedding day, that your bride has her head by the man pee-pee. Don't want to let go.
So in this video, as y'all seen, man and woman just got married. I guess the husband now got the wife her favorite gospel singer. And I've been trying to look this guy's name up. Now, if you see this, I apologize. I was looking through the comment sections. I'm not big into gospel music like that. So everybody said you was famous. But I don't think you that famous for a woman to drop to her knees on her wedding day and have her chin by your nuts in front of her husband. And I'm saying it just like that because that's what I seen. I didn't see that woman in no part. Now, people say never take clips out of context. So I'm not saying she wasn't happy the whole marriage. I will say. But for a woman to do that on your brother Komar, let me just get to you.
So,
brother Komar, talk to me, man. What's going on?
I watched it, and then I watched it again, and I watched it again. He looked embarrassed. People looked embarrassed for him, and he couldn't get her off him. And he was like, "What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do?" You know, and I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say,
tell them, brother. Tell them.
It's embarrassing for him. You know, I know it might have been exciting for her. You know, and to be a man who's married and to be somebody who, you know, in my wedding, I would have probably, you know, hired somebody or whatever, and I'd have been like, I hope you're excited. Don't embarrass me like that. You know.
I'm sorry for laughing, y'all, but man,
don't embarrass me like that. But I know famous people. I know. So if I don't even know how to explain it, bro. If
it's
Rihanna,
that crazy. I know.
If Rihanna came to my wedding, you know, if Rihanna came to my wedding, shout out to Rihanna. You know, I'd be like, hey, you know, I'll be dancing, I hug her, like that.
Right.
You know, my wife knows. She'd be like, I'm a fan of Rihanna. I'd be like, you know what? Hey, it's Rihanna. Dap her up. Say what's up. I go on about my business. I tell everybody like it is. Famous people, or just what they are. They're just famous people. They're
correct.
People. They want to be left alone just as much as we do. She at the wedding, she's singing. That's what she's supposed to do. Let's have fun. Probably get a little drink, whatever the case may be. Let's do it. Let's dance. And it is what it is. I'm not going to hug on her, fall on her, slide down her, whatever like that. Pick her up to the, take her to the. I'm not going to do all that.
Right. Because respect.
My wife, it's respect. My wife is here. Now, if she invite me and my wife to the room, that's something different.
Hey, it's the anti-network, baby.
No disrespect to my wife, but that's if she invite me and my wife to the room, that's different.
Right. Yes,
I can reverse that. But now, if my wife, if I hire somebody else and my wife like it, my wife always wanted Whitney Houston to sing at our wedding, but Whitney is gone. Rest in peace, Whitney.
Yes, sir.
But that's so disrespectful. I don't know what to say to her about it, but I'd have been embarrassed. And then I'd have pulled her to the side. I'd be like, hey, we got married. What the fuck are you doing? Like, were you already drunk? Were you high? Did you take an edible? What's going on? You on some mushrooms? Did you forget I'm right here?
Something.
Let's bag back. Hey, we just wet vows, right here. And I'm not gonna say that would have been it, but we'd have had to reverse, like, a couple of days. Hey, I'm gonna go to the honeymoon. You sit at the house. Let's think about it.
No, facts. That's a fact.
There's a couple of people here. I know
That's a
my
fact.
wife wouldn't have did it. We wouldn't have did it. But it's too much to take in and too much to think about. But I think she probably could have reframed herself, and she had a whole bunch of people trying to pull her off, bro. So I don't know what was going on.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I would have divorced her the next day.
For real?
I'm not a person who likes swearing, but brother, listen. Out of anybody who know me, you know me, bro. No way, I'm telling you, if I get married, which I never want to get married again, which I'm not saying marriage is a bad thing, just marriage is for people who really want to be married. If I was in that case, like that's me marrying my ex-wife, and she loves gospel music, love you, Pooh and all, I would have jacked this girl up so cold they would have probably made it a DV. Because I'd have felt kind of played. I'm not gonna lie. Some things when it comes to situations, when it comes to things I love, we had this conversation before. I take it very serious, and this is my special day. Like it's her special day. And my ex-wife loved Jamie Foxx. She loves this man, but she clearly knows her ex-husband at the time too. Been a Royal Rumble in this, and I would divorce her. Like no lie. I think that was so tasteless to do that in front of your husband. And then if you notice people trying to pull you off outside of your husband, I think people are letting you know, like, shorty, like this don't look good, like on your wedding day. To me, now people gonna say it's like women I've seen defend this. Cool. You'd have been divorced with her too. There's no way I'm letting a woman get that loose ever. Not on my watch. Now remember, everybody has preferences, but I'm telling a lot of the ladies out there, I could bet my bottom dollar, there ain't a lot of men who finna be cool with this. And if that man is, he probably cheated, or you about to get your ass beat. Now again, I'm not encouraging DVs. I ain't saying it's cool. Like I'm not saying that, but people know the reality of when it comes to disrespecting certain men. Now, should you get hit for it? Of course not. But does it still happen? Yes, it does. It happens all the time. People take disrespect differently. And for me, of course, I wouldn't have hit her. But I guarantee when she'd have woke up, that'd have been my signature on that paperwork. Like, I need you to sign this. There's no way. I don't think nothing about this is cool. That's why you have to laugh about it, because it's like, yo, really? Like, you really did that? Now, it ain't no excuse for no day, but this is your wedding day, and your chin is like damn near hitting his left and right down there. You just punching back in them joints so happy. You know what I'm saying?
It was on the zipper, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
She had her whole hand wrapped around his butt. Like,
I'm telling you, all you had to do was pull out that hallelujah and she'd have been saying, "Thank you, Jesus," right there. How she was geeked, I don't know, man. I think she probably would have risked it all. That's what it give me them risk it all vibes. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Like she was ready to risk it all. But in overall, from my standpoint, I don't think that's cool. I don't think you should opt like that. Like my favorite stars was Kelly Rowland and A. Marie, and I'm grateful I met both of them. But ain't nobody gonna ever see me on no video and dropping to my knees with a girlfriend. Even I met both of them with my ex-wife. So at the end of the day, I never. And these are like some of the beautiful women in the world to me. But to do that in front of my wife, even after a marriage, it'd be too disrespectful. And if anybody knew my ex, we was fighting for sure. She coming out the corner like goddamn Mayweather. She is not even having it at all. As soon as my knee would have been, I would have got picked up like, boy, what this? That's because everybody know that's disrespectful. Some people are not gonna rock like that. So that's just my stance on that.
And I know her too, so yeah. Shout out.
Oh yes, I keep forgetting, man. That's how we met. This crazy. That's gonna be another episode for that conversation. That's how me and brother Marco actually met. So that's why I think about you do know her, and he know this girl is. Pooh, you watching this? I know you watching shows, but we know you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs now, and you don't deny it. So, but she would have. It'd have been Rumble in the Jungle. You know what I'm saying? 2015 version. I'm telling you for sure. It would have been a good look, brother.
Shout out to them canoes, man.
Yeah, shout out them canoes and that bungee jumping we was doing out there over the rocks in Katy, Texas, man. That was a cool event. Even though it was crazy, it still was a cool event. Definitely a cool event.
Nah, man,
So
I don't know what's going on with that video, man. But yeah, Shawty was a little. I don't know, man. She had to be drunk. I'm gonna just shout it out to like we're gonna blame it on the alcohol. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, Terrell, Texas, baby.
hey, don't forget my boy DJ Payne. I ain't from Florida though, but you was on the Sun Killer too. We gotta show him that love. But yeah, man, I definitely agree, man. I just don't think that was for a lighter banter and short words. I just don't think that was a good look for the brother. Definitely not for for the misses. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, for the ones who think that's cool, please don't do them to no man who really got any type of backbone. Because I'm telling you, you're going to wake up on that honeymoon by yourself and he probably finna go get Shirley, who was eyeballing the whole time at the wedding. Now, he probably ain't going to do that, but y'all get the gist. Yeah. I don't think that always going to be a good ending. I don't even know what the result that happened with them. I hope they're still happily married. I'm pretty sure it was a discussion behind that. I'm pretty sure. Because I don't think nobody just letting that rock. No woman really is going to be too cool with that if a man jumped on his knees and seen the finest R&B artist out right now. And you can name anyone. A lot of women ain't going to do that. So.
Yeah, the Usher experience would have been crazy during a wedding. I don't think you want an Usher experience at your wedding. Not at your wedding, anyways.
It wasn't as bad as the marriage, but that Keke Palmer thing, I'm not gonna lie, for her to have a man now, she was a little happy now. I'm not gonna listen. Maybe she knows Jamie Foxx and it was been a dream or something, but that I'm not cool with that neither. Like I'm not really cool with dudes being that close to my girl unless her daddy's giving her a dance. You know what I'm saying? It got to be like the kid from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he was like, "Man, I just want to dance with your wife one time," and I'm cool with that. I couldn't imagine no average dude just kind of slow grinding my chick singing her blues, like singing her life away, and she's like, "Oh my god." Yo, I'm like,
nah. It's crazy. Me and Miss had a conversation. I told her, I said, man, we go to the Usher concert and he come to you and do it. I'm cool with it. I dap him up, whatever. Like I told you, I'm not a jealous guy. I've been through this. We go to like the country clubs and stuff like that, two-stepping. The dude come out on the floor, grab my wife, go dance on them. I'm cool with all that. I don't. As long as they don't put their hands on my wife the wrong way and we don't get out of hand, I ain't gotta beat nobody down. We cool. I'm not that jealous dude, so we straight.
But let me ask you though, you don't think the situation with Usher and Keke Palmer being that close was a little too much? Now remember, you talking about two-stepping. I'm listen. I understand when it comes to women gonna get attention, especially when you're beautiful. I'm not mad about none of that. Getting flirted, text. I know this comes with the game when you got any form of social media, whether a woman tells you or not. Women getting hit on. So I understand that. If Usher was to sing to her, even if there was kind of like at like a little gap, he was just kind of they was in it. That's kind of cool, but like they're kind of like,
yeah, like dancing on the table and stuff like that. And,
he can sing to her all day. He can sing to her all day, but I'm just saying, all that's too close. That's too close. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be like right here. You know what I'm saying? Like right here. This is more comfortable for me. This, you kind of pushing it, but I'm gonna let it rock because it's Usher. Now it's Usher. I can't. Come on now. A lot of ladies like Usher, regardless of what's going on with the brother. He is a very loved guy. So this is Usher. I get it. I'm gonna let this. You know what I'm saying? But this, Usher, bro, back up, bro. You let's go. You know what I'm going to get, bro. You know what I'm gonna go get. I'm going to get these papers. I'm going to get these papers, brother. I'm not even playing. I'm sorry. I'm going to get these papers, man. I have to go get them. I'm not going to play with that. I'm not going around. I just personally, I don't look at it as being jealous at all. I'm just territorial. I'm straight up. Like, I'm not tripping about who girls can have friends. That's cool. I know plenty of girls who got male friends. Not a problem. But in conclusion, all I'm saying is, nah, too close. Too close. Too close, man.
Yeah,
too close.
I told her, I said, I'm cool. I said, I can look at him, I stare at him and stuff like that. I just let him know, man, if you just get out of hand, bro, I'll beat you up, bro.
You gonna let him burn with them hands?
Yeah. Usher, I Jamel Charlo your ass real quick, bro.
Man, don't do him like that, man. That boy said he get KO'd in the second round.
Hey, boy, them boys just don't know. But yeah, we good.
Yeah. So look, man, you know we have to give the people that good convo for today, man. But you know we always try to stick it to close around this time. Just a heads up, you know, with the NT Network, we are picking up a better schedule so we can do more content. As of now, you know, everybody got different places and different times, so we're just trying to make it work the best of our ability so we can give y'all content on the process. So as y'all see, as we go further along with this journey, you're gonna see more episodes come out, different topics, different guests. Like that's all we strive for. Remember, it is the anti-network, so we want to talk to any and everybody. It don't matter who you are. If you can apply to what we're talking about and you feel the need to where you want to be a guest, hey, drop it in the comment. And we mean that. We want to talk to the people. We just don't want to talk to celebrities and people who has high profile. We want to talk to actual people because this is what it's for. It's for the people who live in the average lifestyle at this moment. You know what I'm saying? No matter how richer we get or even how you get, I feel like it's still got good game. So without running my lips as far as about that, Brother Marco, you know how we do at the end. You got anything good for the people at today for the end of episode 7?
Man, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Man, you know, Christmas coming up. Again, take care of your mental. Health is wealth. Health is wealth, man. You know, I want to put that out there. Health is wealth, man. I mean,
That's a
I'm
fact.
finna get ready to go to kids yoga right now. Yoga. Yoga is good for everybody. Make sure you take your deep breaths in. What else I gotta say out there, man? Mission continues out there. Y'all make sure I probably get the link in the bio. I send that to my brother X. He'll put the
Please,
link in the
please do.
bio.
We know we got to show our
Y'all
brother.
Wounded Warrior projects out there for every veteran out there. And like my brother said, we just want to talk to the people, man. We want to be like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. We want to be the people's champ, man. If y'all out here, y'all
That's
get
a
in
fact.
there. Let's talk to us. Talk to us. We want to talk to everybody out here in the world. Out here in the world. Not just the United States, but the world. So if you out here in Balnach, Germany, where I don't care where it's at, man, y'all click on us, man. Let us talk to you. Let us hear your story. We want to hear about everything.
I would agree. The follow behind my brother in quick short words, man. I did say in the previous episode, it's always character over color. But also remember that in short, game has no color. So never restrict yourself from learning something to thinking that because you want pigmentation don't mean that you couldn't better yourself from a different. So again, game has no color. Keep that in front of that head and think about that the next time you engage with a person who don't have the same type of pigmentation as you. In conclusion, Brother Marco, you gonna take us out of here? You gonna blow us away real quick? You gonna sign us out? You gonna sign us out for the good people? Episode 7.
Again, this is the Anti-Network, man. Love y'all. We out. This episode 7. We out.
No, siete. Episode 7.
Yeah. There you go.
And we there. Like my brother said.
Possible.